Hi everyone! Today we're going to get our hands dirty and we're going to make something super cool, a clay whistle. It's a really fun project and you'll be whistling your own tune in no time. So let's get started. First we need a good chunk of clay, about the size of your fist. I'm using a low fire paper clay. You can find this at most ceramic stores. So now we're going to pull off a smaller piece, roughly the size of a thumb. This will be our mouthpiece. We'll shape this little guy into a tiny brick. Just tap it on the table to flatten the sides and gently pinch it between your fingers to create a nice sharp edges. All right, back to the bigger piece. We're going to roll it into a smooth ball. Transfer it from hand to hand, rotating as you go to get rid of any cracks and make it nice and round. Now we'll be cutting this ball in half. Using a wire cutter like this makes it quick and easy. If you don't have one, a butter knife will do. Just be careful. Next, grab a carving tool. I'm using just a loop tool, but a spoon could probably also work. We're going to hollow out the inside of each half, creating two little bowls. Twirl the tool as you go to make a nice even surface. All right, remember that little brick we made? We need to modify it slightly. We're going to cut off one side at a 45-degree angle. This angled edge will help it attach nicely to the ball. Now the tricky part. Place the angled edge of the brick against one half of the clay ball. Slide them along the table surface as you connect them, keeping them aligned. This really helps for a flat connection. You're going to use a needle tool to trace around the mouthpiece where it meets the ball. Then score both surfaces. Scoring just means making little scratches that will help the clay stick together. Now for some slip. I'm using a wet sponge and a piece of clay and creating a slurry. Squeeze the sponge onto the scored edge. All right, we're going to press the mouthpiece firmly onto the half ball, making sure that they're connected securely. Now the crucial step. Before we insert the popsicle stick, let's look at what not to do. So look at this incorrect example. See how the popsicle stick isn't touching the roof of the whistle? That's a no-no. The whistle won't work with a gap. Now here's the correct way. The popsicle stick needs to touch the top of the clay, leaving a little indentation. So place the popsicle stick in the center of the mouthpiece, making sure it touches the roof of the clay. I like to use my finger inside to feel the stick and make sure that it's making good contact. We'll reinforce the connection by welding it with a coil of clay. All right, we're really going to carefully press around the base of the mouthpiece. We're blending it into the clay. Rolling out a coil, placing it on that connection. This will really help that mouthpiece fit on there nice and secure. I call this a welding connection. All right, now we're going to score and slip both edges of the clay halves, just like we did the mouthpiece. Scoring. Remember, scoring just means making little scratches. But you do want those scratches to be pretty deep so they can grab onto each other. It's kind of like Velcro or a zipper. All right, so here's a really important part. The first cuts for the whistle hole need to be where the sphere connects to the mouthpiece. These cuts must be straight up and down. The sides of the hole will also be straight up and down. Then we're going to turn the sphere over and make a 45-degree angle cut. Make sure that you can see the popsicle stick after scooping out the excess clay. And I'm pressing down and really smoothing this ramp out. The 45-degree angle is what I call a ramp. And scooping the extra clay out so I can see the popsicle stick. This fine detail work is important. We need clean, straight edges and a crisp 45-degree angle on the ramp. This stuff is essential. Now, if your whistle doesn't work the first time, don't worry. You can always try again. These are the steps that are crucial. All right, making sure that popsicle stick is still on the top. But we're going to press the two halves of clay together. Add another coil of clay around the seam and blend it in. All right, next we're going to need a toothed metal rib. It's a metal rib that's got jagged edges, kind of like teeth. And we're going to use this metal rib to smooth out any bumps, and it will fill in any dents. I'm just finishing blending with the popsicle stick first. All right, here's where I'm using the toothed metal rib to smooth out any bumps or dents. Then you'll see we flip the rib over and use the other side to smooth it out. Notice how I grip it with my thumb and I'm kind of bending it just slightly, so there's a little curve to the rib. I scrape off and just wipe it on the canvas. This is just going to give us a really nice smooth sphere. All right, now we're going to carefully, slowly remove the popsicle stick and give it a try. All right, just a reminder, your popsicle stick must touch the roof in order for it to work. All right, to keep our whistle from drying out too quickly before next time, we're going to wrap it in a plastic bag, making sure that there's absolutely no air inside. We're going to twist the bag closed, but don't tie it, as this can make it difficult to open. Just wrap the bag around the whistle to protect it and put that in your cubby.